What's up everybody, welcome if you're new here, if you're not, welcome back. I'm Mike, and in the previous video I unboxed this huge kit from Stinger-off-road, and as I mentioned in that video, I am a brand ambassador for Stinger-off-road. If you're interested in this kit or any merch or any other radio upgrades, head on over to the site with the link below. Use code Whiplash10 for 10% off your purchase. Okay, before we get any further along, I wanted to add this because it's something I forgot to put in the original recording. Okay, I put up my own money for this kit, but being a brand ambassador, I did get a heavy discount. That being said, Stinger Off-road didn't tell me what to say. They didn't request that I make this video. They don't even know that I'm doing it. But like I said, I got a discount, and they gave me a discount code for you, so you guys can get 10% off. So all of the opinions that I give, all my point of view with these series of videos, they're mine. It's what I think, it's what I really think. I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion. But I just had to put that out there because I didn't do it in the initial recording, so I just wanted to make sure that I was 100% transparent for you guys. All right, let's get back to it. That being said, this is a big daunting task. There's a lot of packs and wires and little bits and boxes here, and I've got it all laid out. But we're going to tackle this, and I'm going to go bit by bit. I left everything pretty well packaged because everything's labeled really nice and it's organized very well. I'm going to go a little bit out of order from the Stinger Off-road's YouTube page, because if you go over to their video, I'll leave a link to it. But if you go over to their video, it has them breaking down a lot of stuff in the Jeep first. So I'm going to go a little bit out of order and just prep this. And then in the next video, I'll go through breaking down the Jeep and actually installing the kit. All right, so we're just going to go step by step. I got a little piece of foam from the packaging, and just out of abundance of caution, I'm going to put this soft microfiber on it. There's still a protective film on the screen, but again, we're just being overly cautious at this point. So set your display face down, and then you're going to get your bezel and just place that, and that fits real snug. And now we just need to get your 4 screws. Okay, so interestingly enough, trying to navigate which screws go where, I think it's just because it comes with 3 packs. This one with the black and the silver colored, and then this pack of all just this white metal, and then this pack of just black metal hardware. So trying to determine what you're supposed to use is a little bit, I don't know, weird. You have these ones here that are kind of short, and then you have these ones that are a regular button head with no like edge. They're also short, and they have a similar thread pitch. Either one of these you could use. These ones are a little bit longer, but they don't bottom out into the unit, so I'm going to use these ones. It's just a regular button head bolt, as opposed to this one here that you can see has this kind of shelf. I don't know what you would call that. So I'm going to use the regular button head bolt ones, and they come in the package. They all come in the package like this, but this one had all black hardware in it. That's where you got these ones from, just for a little bit of clarification, because I couldn't see exactly which ones I was supposed to use, so I'm going to use these ones. Also in the instructions it says that you need to attach these orange clips. When I took mine out, this was already attached. These orange clips were already there. If it's the case for you, cool. If not, it does mention in the steps that you have to attach these orange clips. I just didn't have to do that. All right, so for the next set of steps, we're gonna install the dash panel. This is where all the brain and all the packs are gonna mount. You take this piece with the label right here, this little U piece, keep it facing towards you, and then these pieces have writing right here, and it says RH at the end. I don't know if you can see that, but RH over here, that's right hand, that's as you're looking at it. So right hand goes over here, This one's the left-hand one. It goes over here as you're looking at it. And then it's attached by these little button head screws right here. That came in the pack of black and white metal hardware. So let's line these up and screw them in. So it goes right, it just kind of plugs in. These little open areas just kind of plugs in right there. Again, right hand for right hand, right hand. And this is the left hand. And these screws are cutting threads on the way in because they're threading plastic. So I'm just using a screwdriver just because you could use a little drill if you want, but you are cutting threads into plastic. So all right, should look something like that. Right hand, left hand. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this Radio Pro Advanced radio installation adapter. This is the one that's you're going to mount right here, and you're going to do it with the included zip ties. So you're going to use these, and then you're just going to attach the zip ties on the side, and it'll just kind of float there. All right, and there you go. Backside looks like that. They're all cinched in there. All right, next step is to get the pack link, and then you need to get one of the little double-sided tape and attach it to the Radio Advanced adapter. So you take the double-sided tape, put it on the back of the pack link, and then you just stick it on the bottom. Okay, next step, we're going to be installing the brain into the mounting module. It's going to sit on the back of this. This is going to use these flathead screws, and you got those out of this all white metal pack. All right, the way we're going to mount this brain is I'm going to take this stinger here, I'm going to flip it upside down so you see Sirius XM right here and for navigation only right here. And then you're going to take this with the label facing forward and just set it on top. And you can turn it to the side and line up your screw holes right there. And then we're going to take these little flathead, or they're not flathead, but they're flat top machine screws, and we're going to mount the brain into this mounting bracket. There you go. All right, now we get to start plugging stuff in. We're gonna find the main radio harness right here. This comes in that blue and white box that said pack integration and installation kit for Jeep Wrangler JL JT. So we need to first find the 10-pin radio, which is this guy, and then the 16-pin radio, and we're gonna plug those in first. And if these go into the brain on the back side, on the 16 pin is going to go right next to this little fuse. It's got a disconnect here, so we're going to spin that around. go. And then the 10 pin is gonna go right here. And this is gonna go face down. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna connect the brain to the pack module. And we need to find this 12 pin connector. It actually has the chime attached to it, so that's how I found it. And if you have a subwoofer, it's going to be on in here. Right, let's see. So we're not going into the pack link. We're going into here, the Radio Pro. So if you have a sub, it's going to go in here. If you don't, it's going to go in here. We don't have a sub, so we're going to use this one. So you take your 12 pin connector, next we're going to take this twisted pink and white one through, and it plugs right here in the middle. Right there. Next we're going to take this red, yellow, and black. This is the power connector, and it says power right here, so we're going to fish this up through here and plug this in where it says power. Then find this connector here that has this little looped brown or purple wire in it. That goes to the other side of your radio module over here. Next you're going to find this little yellow and red, yellow and purple. It's labeled pack link, and this is going to go on the back side. On the right side as you're looking at it of the pack link. Feed this under here, and okay, next on this main harness you're going to take the OEM aux audio, and I believe it's going to go to the aux in. Connect those there. Then we take this and we plug it into the Stinger. Next you want to get this harness, and it is a 4-pin with an input that says mic on it for the external microphone, and then it has a reverse cam audio in. You're going to take this 4-pin and you're going to attach it on the back of the Stinger in the upper right hand corner in that 4-pin slot. And next you're going to find the steering wheel input 6-pin connector. So 6-pin connector here, and then this has external IR and then SWI, which is steering wheel input, and you're going to plug that in just below where you plugged in that 4-pin connector on the back of the Stinger unit. Okay, so off that 6-pin connector, the steering wheel input, you need to find the steering wheel control, which is this 3.5 jack right here, off of the main harness, which is this guy, and you're just going to plug that in. Okay, next you're going to get this 10-pin connector. It's a short one. There's this short one that's a 10-pin, and there's this long 10-pin. They say this is 18 inches and this is 6 inches. Yeah, I'll ask my wife. So you take this one and then you plug it into the pack link. And then you plug it into the top of the Radio Pro module, just below the power where it says expansion port. Okay, so now that we've done the little guy, you're gonna get the guy that she told you not to worry about, and you're gonna plug it into the other end of the pack link. And then with the other end, you're going to plug it into the HD camera retention module, that guy, right here. And you see it says pack link right here. Next, you want to find this short little HDMI cable that's included and plug it into the HD out. All right, next, we're just gonna flip this around. So we can connect our LVDS power and the USB. LVDS power is this black wrapped connector. LVDS power. And your USB is this blue cable with obviously USB connections. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take these and fish them through because they need to get plugged in to the back of the monitor. So we're gonna fish those underneath here, trying not to get hung up anywhere. We gotta find the HDMI. Other end of the HDMI cable also plugs in to the back of the Stinger. Make sure it's oriented the right way. Now we're gonna just try to clean this up and make it easier for install. And they just say to pass everything up over all these RCAs and all this stuff to try and tidy it up for install. And now, if you take a couple zip ties, you just stage this with a click, pass it through here, get over this to the other side. Oh gosh, is that even gonna work? I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. Add some extra length. Why not? All right, now I just have a little bit more to cut off. I use an extra zip tie. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But I found they were just a little bit short. Okay guys, that's it for the setup of the brain and all of the wiring for the Stinger Heigh10. Stay tuned because I'm going to get into the teardown of the Jeep and the actual install where we get this and the display into the Jeep, as well as the chime and the GPS. Believe me, we're not done. The next video is still going to have a lot to it, but I really wanted to make this separate because there's a lot of just little nitpicky, detailed instructions that I wanted to kind of keep separate because I knew that it would take a little bit of time. So make sure you head down to the description, hit the link, go over to Stinger. If it's a koozie, if it's a shirt, if it's a radio system like this that's super complicated to put together or intimidating at the very least, make sure you use the discount code Whiplash10 for 10% off. It also helps support the channel and I appreciate it. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications anytime we post a video, and make sure you come back where we wrap up the install. And then in the future, we'll get into comparisons between this model and some of your other options out there in the industry. I appreciate you guys spending the time. I'll see you in the next one.